Look, you don't need to spend hundreds of dollars a month on ClickFunnels or Kajabi or bury yourself in WordPress plugins to have a successful membership website. So in this guide, I'll show you my exact six-figure setup for all of my courses, content, and even communities inside of Go High Level using the $100 a month plan. You don't have to spend more than that to get your business up and running. And by the end, you'll be able to copy everything I show you for free via the link in the description. So you can have your own membership site up and running in about 45 minutes. Of course, if you want to be more complicated, it'll probably take more than 45, but you can get the basics done in about 45 minutes. Hey, I'm Jason, faith-based entrepreneur. Timestamps and resources below, along with a link to a 30-day free trial of Go High Level. When you sign up via our link, you get access to all of our AI prompts, all of the templates we show you here, as well as a plethora of others to help you get your funnels up and running as quickly as possible. And of course, a community where you can ask me questions directly, include some live calls in there as well to help you get up and running with your first digital product in less than 30 days in just 1 hour a day. A tall order, but I know we can do it. So in this guide, I'm going to go through the basics, settings in the dashboard. I'll show you how we're setting up our courses, what the communities look like, what the cool little new marketplace they've recently launched looks like, so you can actually start getting traffic for free to your offers. And then we'll actually go through a live product that I'm about to launch, and I'll take you inside actually building out that product from scratch. And of course, again, all the templates I show you are available for free via the link in the description. Timestamps to skip around if you aren't interested in an overview of the settings or what it looks like for students. So let's go ahead and kick things off with what it looks like when someone actually joins your membership site. So we're going to essentially start at the end and work our way backwards. And of course, the most exciting page of your membership site is going to be your login page, like this right here. Obviously, this is it. You can customize it more, but I like to keep it simple. You can tell I need to fix the colors because it's I put everything in white. But once someone logs in to your membership site, they'll be greeted with a very basic dashboard like this. They'll be able to see the content and courses or communities they have access to. And if they were to click on take a course, you can come over here and you can see they'll have a list of all of their courses. This is pretty standard across pretty much any course creation or membership platform. But what I really like about Go High Level is you can actually choose what courses show up if someone hasn't purchased them yet. So you can see up top here, we have my courses, and then we have all courses. So in this demo that I have here, the demo can only see the courses that they've purchased, which is kind of cool. They can click in, see their content, and have fun, right? So this is the course side of the membership site. I'll show you the communities in a moment. But what's really cool is you can actually create something called an upsell inside of your membership. And so it's a little more advanced, so we'll skip it for this video. But as you can see here, there is a Rev Alpha canvas that's about $50. And this I set up as an upsell. So if someone purchases, like let's say the Done For You Funnel Stack or 30-Day Automated Income Challenge, which you can get for free via the link in the description, shameless plug again. But if someone were to actually purchase it, I can tell High Level, hey, if someone buys this, go ahead and show this offer as an upsell. And so this is really important because as you can see here, we're just about done moving our courses over and we already have 20. So if someone just buys one product from me, they shouldn't see 19 other offers, right? Like that's just overwhelming. Like I don't know what all this stuff is, right? I'm just scrolling through it. So what's really cool is unlike other membership softwares out there, you can be really strategic in what you show people. So as people log in, you can create these kind of natural upgrade paths because after all, if someone buys like, let's say a $5, 30-day email calendar, I shouldn't be showing them a $500, YouTube course. It would make more sense for me to show like, let's say a $30 digital product kit or something like that, right? So the next part of your membership site, of course, is going to be your communities. And what's really cool is if you've seen any videos about how kind of like School works or Circle works, I have a personal experience with Circle. It's pretty much exactly what those platforms do inside of High Level. And what's crazy is High Level itself is only $100 a month. And those other two solutions charge you just for this feature. So you essentially get School or Circle inside of High Level for the same price as those other ones. It's wild. So of course you can create your different threads. You can go ahead and customize everything you see here. Obviously, I'm just getting started with this particular side of the platform. So it's relatively blank. We haven't even moved our members over from our previous provider. But what I do want to point out that's really cool, and this is if you want to really get into communities, is you do have your My Courses section here, which is nice if you want to sell one-off courses. But then if you want your community to have access to courses, High Level makes it really easy by creating something called learning. So inside of your community here, apologies for clicking. You can tell I'm getting overly excited. So inside of your community here, you can see your discussions and your threads. You can add lots of different channels. You can make channels private. There's some leaderboard stuff for engagement. I think that's kind of a gimmick, so I'll leave that for somebody else to go through. But what's really cool is if you click on learning here, you can actually choose what courses show up inside of the community. And so you have a standalone courses section, and then you have your community section, and you essentially get to have full control over what courses or content your community has access to. You can, of course, create different things like a buy now button, so you can give people in your community a discount for things. You can do a time unlock, which I'll show you in a moment. And then, of course, you can also link it to private channels. So if you wanted to get really advanced and have like, hey, pay an extra $10, you get this private channel and this extra stuff. Just keep in mind that just because a platform has a bunch of features doesn't mean you should use them. I think this is way overcomplicated, but a lot of people like complexity with their membership sites. So here you go. But what I think is really cool, I'll jump over to a different community here, is you can actually time delay when things are available. And so as an example here, in this particular community, we give them access to the 30-day challenge, the Rev Alpha Canvas, and all of the funnel templates in the first 30 days, right? So they're going through their Go High Level trial. They have everything they need to get started in 30 days. And then if they decide to stay on, each month, I drip out another piece of another course for them. And then if they stay 6 months, then they get the big YouTube master course, right? And of course, I am completely transparent with this on the sales page, as you do need to be, right? But what's really cool is if I click in here to edit, you'll see that I can set time unlock, and then this doesn't unlock until someone's been a member for 30 days. And if I come down here and click on edit, you'll see this will only unlock after 120 days. So essentially every couple of weeks or every month, you can automatically have High Level drop in a new product for them. And then the system will actually automatically say, hey, you now have access to something new in your community group. So if you're doing some sort of monthly subscription, this is a great way to keep people on and give them an incentive to, of course, stay. Now, before we jump into actually what the different courses look like inside of High Level and what you can customize, just wanted to quickly point out that you don't have to rely on something like Udemy or Gumroad to have your content discovered. Go High Level is working on this new platform called Collab. And as you can see here, these are other creators who've created communities or course bundles, and it can be listed for free on this marketplace. And unlike those other solutions I've talked about in the past, you actually control your list. Like if you ever go over to Udemy, they are very mean. Like if you get a customer, you don't get the email, you don't get to send them to your site, you don't get to try and upsell them. And so here you have the power of a marketplace where you can list your courses and communities, but you also get to keep 100% of what you earn. They're not taking a commission off of anything. And so it's actually pretty cool. But let's go ahead and jump back into your courses. And I actually want to show you what the course looks like for your community members. And so I'm going to use our sales funnel launch kit as an example, since it's an actual product that's actually live and actually made some sales. I'll admit some of these didn't do too hot, so we'll leave those alone, right? I'm not going to show you an example of something that actually didn't sell. So when it comes to what the actual courses look like inside your membership site, they have a bunch of different ways you can customize the membership. So the first one is called Classic. So if someone were to click on the sales funnel launch kit, here are all of the modules and then the lesson pages. And this is pretty much just a Kajabi clone, like straight up Kajabi clone. So if you've ever seen a membership site that looks like this, it's either High Level or Kajabi, right? So, but I'll get to why I actually don't like this. You'll see all of these need thumbnails. Not exactly fun, but we'll keep going. And then they have this New York style. So this is the same course, just showing you different templates you can use. Of course, you can customize these, but you can see they have different style of layouts. I'm not really sure I understand this one, but I also see if you're in Thrivecart, this is something similar to what you can do with Thrive. Now, this next one is similar to Teachable. And so what I really like about it is all of the modules and lessons are just on the left-hand side here. You just go ahead and click on the lesson that you want to view, and then it's right there, good to go. This is my personal favorite one because as you noticed with the previous two, you actually had to have thumbnails. And so this one is just a nice, easy list. It's very easy for people to find what they need. So I'll stop clicking around like ADD and go to the last one, which is called New Classic. And so with this one, you can go ahead and see all of your modules here, and then you can click and then your lesson pages show up. So again, one of the reasons I like the new theme we just went through is because you don't have to create thumbnails. Like when you're creating your membership site, there's so many different things to worry about. The last thing you want to do is make thumbnails for every single lesson page. Not fun. So anyway, I hope that gives you a really good overview of what the final product looks like, from the login page, the dashboard page, to the courses, what the communities look like, and all that. So if you have any questions or if you think I missed something, please go ahead and let me know in the comments section below, because now we're going to jump into the settings that you have available to you, the branded mobile app that's super cool, and then we'll actually get to building. Realize I took a really long time going through that demo, but at least you can see how things work together, how your membership site can look like. And again, you can change a lot of the colors and setting and typography and all that fun stuff. So I'm going to jump over to the dashboard now to show you some basic settings. So inside of your dashboard, you can, of course, have the ability for your client portal, your courses, and your communities. It gets a little confusing, but pretty much clicking settings gets you to the same place. If you're still considering using High Level and you've seen those comments of, man, it's confusing, there's so many menus everywhere. Yeah, that's very true. So inside of your settings, of course, you can create a custom domain. You can set up different what they call app permissions. So if you want to just have courses or just have communities or manage an affiliate community, you can do that. And of course, your branding and your language settings. But something that is really cool is you can actually create custom chat widgets for your courses and communities. So when you're selling your course or community, you can say, hey, I have a custom AI that will help you through whatever it is you're selling. And so that I think is going to be a huge selling point. Just a huge asterisk. Please, please, please. You need to go read the costs of AI, right? Because GPT actually isn't free for software, right? Like we can use it for free when we go to chatgpt.com, or OpenAI. But when you want to integrate it into your membership sites, you're going to have to pay for every message that your people send. So do just make sure if you're using any sort of chat widgets, not just go High Level, anywhere, you're very clear on how much you're going to be charged for every message or word. And then make sure that you're using a actual subscription. Don't use a chat widget if it's a one-time fee. You're going to lose money. The AI is quite expensive, but people like paying for it. So enough about that. Email settings. This is something I really wanted to quickly touch on. Again, timestamps below if you're like, dude, just show me how to build the freaking course. And that is, you can actually customize the system emails. So as an example, when someone joins one of our courses, I was actually able to customize this email. So instead of saying, hey, welcome to my membership site, you're going to get another email from accounts@thrivecart.net that gives you the actual login info. You can just say, hey, login info below. So most other systems, you'll have to send a welcome email, and then the system from like @Kajabi or @ClickFunnels or @Thrivecart will send their separate email with the actual access link. I know this is getting a little confusing, which is why this is so cool. So anyway, you can customize your system emails. Very, very cool. But now let's go ahead and talk about products. So this is going to be where we're actually going to create our first course. And so once you create your first course or you create your first community, your membership site is live, right? Like High Level just automatically adds it to your membership site. So you don't have to do any sort of tech headaches or make sure stuff is showing up in the right place. High Level handles all that for you. This is an example of what the backend looks like for this particular account. You can see here, it will tell you how many members each one of the courses has, whether it's via a community or they've purchased it individually. We haven't imported from two of our other systems yet. But you can go ahead and click on create product. You can start from scratch. They do have the option to import from Kajabi, but I'll go ahead and click on start from scratch. And then they have some basic course templates here. I don't really think these are necessary, especially if you already know what your course is going to be about. But if you're starting from complete scratch and you're like, I don't even know what my sections and modules are going to be, these can be helpful. They also have an AI feature, which of course is in addition to the base $100 a month. But you can go ahead and use AI to actually help you build out the course as well. So that's something that's also built in that's kind of cool. But for me, I'm actually going to use one of our templates. So if you decide to give Go High Level a try, free for 30 days via the link in the description, you'll actually get access to all of our course templates from day one. We don't gate them. You don't have to sign up with High Level. As soon as you sign up via our link, you'll have access to all of these course templates as well as all of our funnel templates. And so I'm going to use this $297 to $15 product. So I'm going to make a nice small digital product. And this is a quick preview of what the actual product is. It's a GPT plus a worksheet. So I'm going to go over to, where are we? Products, get started by creating a new product. Whoops, apologies for the cut. I have way too many tabs. I tried to queue this up so we wouldn't be dealing with load times. So of course we can click create a new product, or I'm going to jump into this one to go ahead and show you. And then in the end, I'll show you offers and then how to actually connect it to your funnels, set up different pricing, and actually add it to a sales page. So that'll come, but first we actually need to build the product itself. So if I can find my proper tab, here we go. So from your products, all you have to do is click on the product, and then the product settings will open up. So here you'll be able to see your modules and sections and lessons. They use some weird terminology in my humble opinion. So you have your sections, which are pretty much your modules. Then you have your subcategories. And so this is going to be if you want to organize your sections. And then you have your lessons. And so that's where the actual content goes. I don't like using subcategories. I think it makes things way too complicated. And I'll show you an example, if it's still loaded, of what it looks like when you have subsections. It just gets really overwhelming. So the first thing we'll need to do is, of course, come over here to details, and we're going to need to give our product a title, a little description, and then a thumbnail. So apparently it's fetching product. So if I jump back over to our example here, if I jump over to my courses, this is going to be the title. This is going to be the little description. So your description actually should be something that's kind of like a unique selling proposition. And because it's more valuable to get people to click and actually upgrade to it as opposed to for your current customers. There's a better way to say that. I feel like every video I say that, but you'll see here, like, for example, the only 30-day roadmap that allows you to build multiple streams of automated income in just 1 hour a day. So I word this as if someone hasn't purchased the offer yet. I think that's the best way to put it, because then it's really easy to set up upsells and upgrade paths inside your membership. Not that you're going to do that right out of the gate, but it sets you up for success in the future. So I'll come back down over here. So now let's jump over to details and actually get our product set up. So the first thing, of course, is we need to give it a title. So I'm just going to be quickly copying and pasting. I went ahead and queued all this up so you don't watch me try and figure out what to say. And we'll go ahead and paste that in there. Then we need to add a image. So I'll go ahead and upload a new file. Something that is annoying, I don't know why, but this is not connected to the rest of the file management of High Level. So I'll go ahead and click on choose file and grab the product image here. Go ahead and upload that. So I'll just use the same product image that was on the sales page. Actually, I grabbed the wrong one, but that's okay. It's a little embarrassing. And then down here, you can customize your instructor section. I just put a picture of myself, my name, title. You can, of course, add a logo and a favicon as well. I queued those up since this is you know how to upload stuff to High Level. If you see the first one, it's the exact same process for these other ones. I tend to skip the bio. I feel like if you purchase something from me, you probably know who I am by now. But of course, you can add a bio if you'd like, and you'll see what that looks like. So we'll go ahead and click on Save here. And with that, we have our settings good to go. And if you want to change your theme, so we went through different themes. This is going to be where you can browse the different templates. So earlier I showed you the difference between classic, then we had the New York style, we had the new theme, the one I recommend using, and then of course neoclassic. So you got 4 different options if you so choose. And I would recommend just choose one, then you can customize the heck out of it, and then you just kind of use it as a template moving forward. And that way you want all your courses to have this nice cohesive design. So I wouldn't say one course use this design, and then the next course use this design, and then the third course use this design. It's kind of, you want some brand consistency in your membership site. So I'll jump back over to our demo here. I'll click on cancel since I'm just going to use the new theme. And then offers and community groups. This section will show you if this has been added to an offer or community group. So we'll go through that later, setting up your offer later. But what's really cool is as your membership site grows, you make different bundles or communities. It's very easy to jump into your courses and then see where you've added it, right? So it makes it a lot easier for management as opposed to, did I add this here? Or did I add that there? It makes things a lot easier. So the other setting though that I do recommend turning off is comments. I don't know why, but by default, comments are going to be on. I like turning those off. I want everyone engaging in the community, not on individual course pages, right? But of course, you can also set it so only you comment if you want to like add updates to the course as time goes on. But for the most part, I would recommend leaving your comments off. So I'll jump back over to our product. And then finally, we have these credentials where you can set up these course certificates. I think that's kind of a gimmick, so I'll leave that alone. So that does it for the basics of the course details. And then now we can actually start creating the modules and the lessons. And so that pretty much does it for all of the settings. Let's go ahead and create some modules or categories and lesson pages. So they call them, I'm just going to keep calling them modules. I don't know where category came from, but you can create your different categories, and this is going to be how you organize your lesson pages. So this right here, template, is a category, and then these are my lesson pages. If I wanted to add a subcategory, I could do that. And then that way I could add a more detailed hierarchy of how lesson pages are organized. I think it's overkill. Even if you have a really big course, it's always going to be better to break things up because it increases the perceived value as opposed to having like a module or a category and then you have like 20 lesson pages in it. It just makes it way overwhelming. So I'm just going to go ahead and click on this to delete it. Deleting stuff is really annoying. You have to come down here to delete category, and then you actually have to type confirm, if I can spell right, to delete it. So the good news is you're not going to accidentally delete something. To this day, I still remember accidentally deleting like 6 hours of work in ConvertKit. We never got it back. It was just like poof, gone. And myself and business partner were just like, what the heck happened? So while it is annoying, I'll tell you it's better than the alternative of just accidentally clicking delete on something. So I've gone ahead and clicked on our category here, or our module. And since this is a very small offer, I'm just going to call the module the same thing I call the course here. And then you can give it a description. So the descriptions are going to show up with all of the templates except the new theme. So this theme, the descriptions are not going to show up. But if you're using something like New York or Classic, the descriptions can show up. So just keep that in mind, that it's just going to depend upon the template that you're using. And you can kind of see how Jason is a little lazy and uses the one that doesn't show descriptions. And go ahead and click on save. You can add a custom category thumbnail. Again, if you're using the one I recommend, new theme, you don't need to do that. So I'll go ahead and jump back out here so it's easier for you to see the navigation. So now our module is named Revenue Roadmap Agent, and I'm going to go ahead and click on our overview here. And this is going to be where we actually add our content. And so you see the template that we have available for you linked up in the description has some basic text here. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to grab our text real quick. And that way we don't spend too much time watching me copy and paste, but I'll just go ahead and drop that in there, drop in our name, and then I'll show you how you can change some things. So of course you can see here, I'm dropping in plain text from a Google Doc, and the formatting comes over relatively well. So we'll go ahead and paste it in. But you can see here now the font's different. And so if you want to change the colors, you can come up here, play with the text colors. They only have very, very basic headings and paragraph. And when it comes to being more fancy, you can open up the HTML editor here and play with that. I don't recommend doing that. And then I'm going to go ahead and undo because for whatever reason, I did not get the format that I wanted. So I'll go ahead and drop that in. And then I'll go ahead and highlight these and make them bullets. So I'll go ahead and bullet them. And then of course I'd have to manually bold each one. So I won't go through you watching me do that, but a quick little formatting hack is if you want the same format, you can just paste that in and then paste it over. And there we go. Now we have the same format. Probably don't need to bold all of this, right? So this is going to be what shows up right below your video. So if I jump over to our demo here, if I can find it. So what we're editing now is what shows up here below the video. And so jumping back over to our module page here, we can go ahead and set up our download. So what I like to do is go ahead and upload an image, and we're going to click and drag the same image there, click it here, upload, and then this way we can go ahead and give the image an action to download our actual worksheet. So this particular offer, I'm going to go ahead and grab this so you can see, is a GPT and a worksheet. So what I do is I give them access to this Google Doc. So I give them the link to this Google Doc. And then this top link right here, if they click on it, it opens up GPT. And so this is how they get access to the GPT. When they click that link, it's automatically added to their GPT account. And then they can use the GPT even if they're on the free plan, which is why I'm such a big fan of selling GPTs. So inside of our membership site, we of course want to link to this document. You just come over here to click copy link, and you want to set it to anyone with a link. Now, there is something really cool you can do. You'll notice that when you initially copy this link, I'm going to go ahead and click copy link, and I come over here, you'll see that it says sharing at the end. So what you want to do is type, oops, I made it a link. Give me a second. There we go. So where it says edit, you're just going to change that to copy. And now when someone clicks it, it will show up this page and it will force them to make a copy to their own Google Drive. This will save you a lot of headache, so much headache. So we'll go ahead and grab that link, and that's the link we're going to use inside of our, for our image here. I just need to change the alt text to revenue road map agent. There we go. And we will go ahead and update that. So now if someone clicks on the image, they'll be automatically taken to the Google Doc. But I also want to give them the actual name here. So I'm going to say revenue road map. And then we'll go ahead. I'll actually start skipping all the copying and pasting because we're probably taking too long here. And then I'll highlight that text and I'll come up here to the embed a link. This is going to be the URL. Open in a new tab, confirm. And then of course I'd want to change the color to the same orange that this one is. But for time purposes, we'll leave that alone. And then down here, resources. This is something I recommend doing for all of your membership sites, all of your courses. If you have other courses or you have relevant affiliate offers, or maybe some completely irrelevant affiliate offers, go ahead and add them down here. So for me, I have started to link high level because I like using high level. So I'll go ahead and drop that in here. And then that way, every single module page, lesson page has a link to high level. And then of course, in the training, I can explain why I think it's a good idea or how it relates to whatever it is that they're doing. And of course, in the past, I had other links like Canva or an AI chat. But of course, GPT has gotten so good that I think you should just use GPT. Most of the custom chatbots out there kind of stink now, unless you're building them yourself. And then of course, the Canva canceled their affiliate program. So there you go. So we'll go ahead and, we need to upload a video. So we'll go ahead and click on that. So we'll go ahead and upload a video here. So we'll go ahead and grab a video, the intro, go ahead and click and drag that over and go ahead and click on upload. And of course, this is another big advantage of High Level, even on the $100 a month price plan. They host all the content for you, something that drove me nuts with one of our previous providers like Thrivecart. I'm stuck. It was a one-time fee, but I'm still stuck paying Vimeo like almost half a decade later because there's no native uploading to videos. So it's going to go ahead and transcode that, or transcoding. Yes, transcoding. So we'll go ahead and call this lesson page good. So it automatically saved for us. So I'll go back to our main details page here, and then we can go ahead and preview everything that we just created. So I'll go ahead and click on preview here because our things are published. And you'll see here I'm using the new theme, NUE, not NEW. No, that's confusing. And you can see the video is all ready to go. So you click play, it'll start playing. They can click read more. They can see all of the lesson content. They can click the link here. It'll take them to the download page. And then of course you can see our instructor information below. You can see it's really not worth thinking too much about the instructor section. It just sits down there. And then of course they could be able to click through the other modules, but I won't bore you with that. But I do want to point out here that you'll see that it's showing this plain product image. That's because in our template, we leave a plain product image there. So if I come back to our settings and click on overview, and I'm going to remove the video thumbnail. So remove that. And then that way, when someone comes to the site, they'll just see this plain preview now. So if I jump back over here, we are almost done on the home stretch. Then I'll show you two advanced things that I think is really going to help you. And I waited till the end because if you're still watching, that means you are probably actually trying to build this. And so we'll go ahead and click on preview one more time here. And now you can see it's just showing the video. I don't think it's worth creating a bunch of custom thumbnails. Like, keep it simple when it comes to your membership site. People care about what's in the video. And with that, our membership lesson page is complete. And that's really all there is to it, to creating your offer here. And so once you have your product, you're ready to turn it into an offer so you can actually sell it. Now, I'll leave a link, of course, in the description to a full-blown guide that goes through building out an entire funnel and also includes creating and connecting your membership site to your funnel pages. But I just wanted to quickly show you how you actually start selling what you've just built. So under memberships, courses, instead of clicking on products, which is where we see all of our product pages here, you can go ahead and click on offers. And then this is going to be where you actually create the offer that includes all of your courses. And so if I go ahead and click on create a new offer here, you see we can give it a title. I'll say Roadmap A, agent. And then you can go ahead and click on the products that will be included in this offer. So you can create bundles, which is really cool. So I could go ahead and if I look for our revenue roadmap agent, there we go. I've gone ahead and selected that. Of course, it's going to be a one-time fee. And I think we're launching it at $7.95 or $14.95. I don't remember. Let's say $7.95. And then we can go ahead and click on create. And High Level is going to automatically create a checkout page for us. For time purposes, we're going to leave this alone, and I'll just show you a checkout page that's done. So this is an example of another low-ticket product. You can see here, you can go ahead and drop in your text, give it a name, you choose what product it is giving people access to, and then it creates this very simple checkout page. I know this is never going to win a design award, but once you create an offer, this is the basic page that is created. You have some customization in this, but for the most part, this is great if you already have an audience or email list, you have some followers. Just if the offer is less than 20 bucks, go ahead and just send them to this page. You don't need to go through the hassle of creating a full-blown funnel. But if you do wanted to create a funnel, again, this is more advanced. Over in Sites Funnels, when you create a sales page, you can click on products and you can go ahead and add your products. So you see I have Revenue Roadmap A. That's the offer I just made. I only have one price point. And then, of course, I can go ahead and click on Save. And then that way, this is how we add the product to the funnel. And if you're interested in seeing what our sales pages look like via the link in the description, when you sign up with Go High Level, you actually get these templates drop straight into your account. And these are the exact same templates I use for my own digital products. And so when someone clicks yes, the checkout process starts and it automatically gives people access to the membership site we just built when they complete this payment process. And then real quick, because you're still with me, this is something that is so confusing. If you have a course and then you create an offer, but you want that offer to have multiple price points, like let's say you want to do a sale sometimes, you want to have it a different price point if it's an order bump or upsell, and then have a full price, you need to go over to payments, products, and then you'll see your product here, and I can click on the product, and then I have to click on pricing, and then you can add different price points. And so this is where you can add different price points for the same offer, so you don't have to make like 15 offers every time you change the price. And it is really helpful when you start building out your funnels to know this. But again, I'm including this at the end because there's like 1 out of 100 people are actually going to care. But if I could save one person the absolute headache I went through figuring this out and contacting support, then thank you for bearing with me on that advanced tip. So thank you so much for watching. I sincerely hope you have a much better idea of the entire process of building a membership site, what it actually looks like on the front end, how you can put together communities and courses, combine them. You can use the GoLab marketplace to actually start getting some organic traction, especially if you're just getting started. So comment below with any of your high-level questions or membership building questions. Link in the description to copy all of our funnel templates, all of our membership templates directly into your high-level account, free when you give Go High Level a try for 30 days, as well as our own community where I'm in there answering strategy questions to help you get up and running as quickly as possible. Or if you're interested in just seeing more of building in high level, I'll leave a link in the description to an almost 90-minute video that goes through the entire funnel building process. So thank you so much for watching. Sincerely hope you're much more confident with building your membership sites. Comment below with your questions. Check out that high level link. And until the next, keep building the business you love.